19 Ways to Help the Climate. Ranked. A climate video by My Zero Carbon. My Zero Carbon. The best time to act is now. Please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. This video is based on a publication by the World Resources Institute. The effective impact of behavioral shifts in energy, transport, and food. First, a bit of theory on behavior change, behavioral shifts and climate targets. Meeting global climate targets requires widespread shifts in human behavior. Research shows that individual-level actions can reduce global greenhouse gas (GHG) emissions. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change estimates that comprehensive behavioral shifts could reduce global greenhouse gas emissions across all sectors by 40 to 70% by 2050. Individual versus systems interventions. Behavioral interventions can apply at an individual level, focusing on helping people to make sustainable choices. They can also happen at a systems level, involving policies that seek to encourage positive human behavior. Individual-level interventions, such as text reminders to cycle, are important, but they need broader systemic support, like building more protected bike lanes or offering subsidized e-bikes to achieve significant impact. 6 major behavioral tools. Behavioral interventions use a range of tools. These can be used alone or in combination to influence pro-climate behaviors. The 6 major categories of behavioral tools are feedback, e.g. smart meters, incentives and disincentives, e.g. green reward programs, commitments, e.g. public pledges, social norms, e.g. energy bills comparing usage to neighbors, choice architecture, e.g. appliances set to energy saving, enhanced information, e.g. eco-labels. Behavioral tools in practice. Eco-labeling programs have achieved energy savings of up to 23% for certain appliances. Likewise, real-time energy feedback, for example via smart meters, reduced household electricity consumption by 3 to 15%. Financial rewards for reducing electricity use. Smaller buffet plates reduce food waste by 19%. Likewise, energy social comparisons decrease energy use by 2 to 12%. This shows the practical impact of these tools. So the top 10 of the 19 assessed climate actions start with Go Car Free at number 1, reducing the emissions of an average person by over 2 tons of carbon dioxide each year. At number 10, we find Shift Driving Habits, e.g. carpooling, reducing one person's carbon dioxide emission by just under half a ton of carbon dioxide each year. In the second half of ranked climate actions, we find Increased telecommuting at number 11, reducing one person's emissions of carbon dioxide by about 400 kilograms. At the bottom of the league table, we find Composting, reducing emissions by less than 100 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions per person per year. Please note, recycling does not even feature on the list because the impact on emissions is very low. Emissions inequality by income. There is a stark disparity in global emissions. The top 10% of global earners produce nearly half of all emissions. The bottom 50% account for just a tenth. Emissions inequality by income. The top 1% of earners emit an average of 110 tons of CO2 per person per year, and the top 10%, 31 tons per person. The bottom 50%, however, just emit 1.6 tons per person. So, the potential and responsibility for significant emission reduction lies with the top 50% of earners. That is, the 4 billion most affluent people living on our planet. Most of these from developed countries. Emission reduction potential. Those with moderately to very high emissions have the potential to reduce their emissions by an average of 7 tons carbon dioxide every year by taking every single one of the 19 climate actions. Identifying high-impact priority shifts. Priority shifts are the most impactful behavioral shifts. They offer the greatest emissions reduction potential. These 4 key shifts are: go car-free, e.g. active public transit or switch to an EV. Fly less. Shift to renewable home energy. Decrease animal-based proteins in your diet. Go vegetarian or vegan. And here is the diagram again with 19 climate-friendly choices ranked with the best at the top to show where your behavior change is going to make the greatest difference. How many of these have you already done? And how many are left? Remember, these are averages, so if you currently fly a lot, you can reduce your emissions by even more than 1.5 tons if you stop flying altogether. Choosing climate actions wisely. The difference in emissions reduction between different behavior changes is staggering. For example, living car-free reduces emissions 80 times more than composting food and garden waste. Supplementary shifts, like other food behaviors, for example, reducing food waste, packaging, or composting, and superficial home energy reductions, for example, efficient appliances, reduce emissions a lot less than some other behavior changes. Conclusion. Path to a sustainable future. Individual level actions bring very meaningful emission reductions. But without systemic support from government policy, they may only achieve about 10% of their potential. We need to close the significant gap between possible reductions and real-world achievements at a global scale. The path forward demands strategic focus on priority shifts, effective tools, and integrated policy and industry support. We need personal and institutional changes to reinforce each other for a sustainable future. And always remember, when many small people, in many small places, take many small actions, they will change the face of the earth. Please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Please consider making a donation so we can continue our work. Thank you. You will find the link to our donation portals in the video description, or just scan the QR code. My Zero Carbon. The best time to act is now.